We've been invited to observe what might be the largest automotive collection maybe in the world. This is why people come to California to buy cars. Oh, look at that. Datsun 510, my baby. Hi, this is Tom Cotter. I've been hunting down cars since I'm 12 years old, and I'm still doing it today. Follow me in this series as we hunt down hidden classics all across America. We've been invited to observe what might be the largest automotive collection maybe in the world. It's not known as a car collection though, it's known as an art installation. This was built 20 years ago by a guy named Tom Merkel. Parents were artists and he wanted to be an artist and his medium was cars. So on this site is between 1,200 and 1,800 cars set up in themes, and I'm not sure what those themes are. I think the largest theme is like traffic jam, it's called. Interesting guy. He was heir to the White Motor Company. I guess his grandfather or great-grandfather built white cars and trucks, and so he had an inheritance, and this is where he invested it. Here's a sign that explains his mission. The Cuyama Historical Car Garden, a creative preservation project based on the Oriental rock garden concept of balance between form and nature, a memorial to the men of machines and the machines of men, a sanctuary of form, time, and witness. Please be respectful, by invitation only, no parts sold, estimated completion 1995, T.M. Merkel, creator and timekeeper. Complex individual who is unfortunately not around for us anymore. He passed away recently. For us to talk to. I'd love to talk to this guy and find out what was in his mind about doing this. But we're just going to walk around for a while until we get tired of walking, and I'll carry my rattlesnake stick. An Isetta. And this Isetta is known as the limo. It had a 600cc motor. It had a door in the front and a door on the passenger side. So this door opened up. I'm afraid one might jump out on me if I open it up. Santa Ynez Airport, number 25. Apparently he would go see old vehicles in commercial businesses like the airport and make an offer to buy. I'll just take all of them from you. Nothing here's for sale. No cars are for sale, no parts for sale. But if I could take one car out of here, it would be this. It's a Jaguar XK 150 coupe. It's not in the worst condition I've seen. It's got some rust around here, but I've seen worse that have been restored. This one does not have the original motor. It's got an Oldsmobile engine in it. And it looks like an automatic transmission, probably some kind of turbo hydromatic. But I think this car could be restored. At one time, I'm told he had a couple of these back here. E-types, XK 120s, even Porsche 356s. This seems to be the only kind of exotic car left. So if I could tow one car out of here, that would be it. Well, enough with rattlesnakes and 58 Chevys and 1,800 cars sitting on a mountainside. Let's go. Most of the people I meet on Barn Find Hunter I've never met before. And most of the people I just knock on doors because there's cool cars in their driveway or whatever. But this guy I happen to know, I'm thinking for 32 or 33 years. Skip Hartz is a friend of mine. Skip knew I was a hot rodder and he said, I got a hot rod at home. And so I haven't seen this hot rod probably in 30 something years, 31, 32 years. Well, would you show us this car again?
Yes, I definitely would.
Cool. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a sweetheart, man. What'd you pay for the Model A?
$200. back in 1964.
You modified it with Chevy parts. Where'd you get those? You buy a parts car?
No, I had a 58 Chevy, and it caught on fire. And I thought, well, I'll just take the motor and trans and the rear end, and I put it in the roadster here. And then a friend of mine, he had a 64 Chevy aluminum two-speed power glide. And I took the 58 transmission out and put the power glide in this.
No kidding.
Just for lighting the weight.
So what did it cost you to build this whole car, do you figure, back in the day?
I probably got $800 in it.
$800?
Yes.
Well, would you consider selling it?
Oh, yeah, I probably would, Tom.
So you got another barn find sitting out in the driveway?
Yeah, a 65 Ford Falcon, two-door hardtop Futura.
Oh, let's take a look at that. So how long you figure you have this?
I probably had this well, between 12 and 15 years.
That's a pretty darn solid body on there.
Yeah, this is all original.
Man, look at it, no rust.
And the body is very straight.
So it's got a 2-speed power glide on the column. Oh man, it's still painted factory color. Look at that floor. This car is solid. Animals seem to follow me. So it's got power steering, 2-barrel, I guess. 2-barrel, yeah, 2-barrel, yeah. Boy, that's a solid darn car. This is why people come to California to buy cars.
And I'm the third owner on this one.
No kidding.
Yes.
If you're asking me what I think this is worth, a car this solid, I mean, somebody in New England or the North would love this car. Just look at how solid the quarter panels are, rocker panels. I would guess $6 grand.
Yeah.
I mean, what an easy restoration this would be, you know? Wow.
No, the body is really straight, you know, and I think I've got an extra windshield in the trunk because the windshield's broke, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great car. On our way over here, we passed another place that maybe is a junkyard or a towing yard. We're gonna go over there right now and check it out. So we're in Renard Long's yard, and he's been collecting cars since he was just a little kid, and had several yards. In fact, lived right across the street from here, grew up across the street, and has had several yards with old cars. So, do you sell these cars or just hold on to them?
It don't make any difference.
Mm-hmm. So you got lots more outside too?
Yeah, I got 2 more places full of stuff.
Jeez. How long have you known them? Since you were a kid?
I've known him for 67 years.
Which is how old you are?
Yeah.
Huh. Now look, there's another white truck. They're getting larger.
Yeah.
And we saw the car and a truck, and now we're seeing a big truck. So this is like a '39 Ford, I think. Franklin. You know, this is an air-cooled engine. We've seen one of these before in Detroit. This is an air-cooled, straight 6, I guess. And when I asked Bernard if anything was for sale, he said, well, I guess so. You know, when was the last time you saw a crashed 1957 Thunderbird? Oh, look at that. Datsun 510, my baby. Now I've got a soft spot in my heart for 510s. Stock motor, it's got a single downdraft 2-barrel Hitachi. So what year is this? I would say 72. I think it was the year they sold the most. It's a 4-door with a stick shift, and it looks like something lives inside it. I bet it's a solid car. If you wanted to restore a 510, there's a West Coast 510. I just get the feeling there's more cars around here. It seems to be very fruitful. So let's see what else we can find while we're in the neighborhood. I was driving down this road and I saw gas pumps and street signs and car-related stuff. But I looked really carefully. I didn't see any car stuff. So I pulled in the driveway, and Joseph made a pretty strong statement about, you don't pull in my driveway unless you have permission. So I had to pull out of the driveway. But we wanted to become buddies. I said, I'm into old cars. And he said, well, I got old cars, and they're in the back. So you can't see them. They're very well hidden. But he's got cars in the back, which I have not seen yet. So lead the way, please. What year is this?
This is a 56.
Is this your driver?
Yeah, this is the driver. Oh yeah, she's insured. She's registered and insured.
Huh, it's automatic. What do you got a motor in there?
It's everything's stocked. Stock 223, Ford-O-Matic.
223.6. So how long have you had this truck?
Since 1984.
What'd you pay for it?
$2,800.
That was a good buy.
I can show you a picture of how clean it looked in cherry, but it's been out here all these years with no cover. So all this aging is since I've been here since.
But it's
88.
still solid, right? You don't get much rain out here, right?
Not a lot. This is all the weathering that's happened to it. I can show you a picture when it looks really glossy.
So in other words, this is all blue on here?
Everything's blue. I can show you a picture on my phone. It looks like you won't even believe the difference, but this is where it's come all these years.
That's a pretty one. And you drive it around, no problem.
Oh yeah.
I see an El Camino over here. I have seen more El Caminos in California I've seen in a long time. 66?
64.
64,
Yeah,
okay.
64. 283. I worked with a gentleman, and for 20 years he kept telling me, hey Joseph, I got this El Camino. I never saw it. And after he retired, he called me up and asked me if I'd give $400 for it. I couldn't get my trailer together quick enough to go get it.
So how long have you had it?
Oh man, this one had about 10 years right now. The weekend I bought it, I saw pitted on the hood. There's a ding in the back, and I was able that weekend to find another hood, another fender for this one, and the rear tailgate, all the same weekend. All the parts that I would need for the body to be absolute cherry.
Are you interested in selling any of these cars?
It's possible. It's possible. I've had in the past, but maybe it's time to consider that, you know.
Now this is one of my favorites.
68.
I have a 68 Cougar.
Oh, do you?
So it's a 302?
Yes. 302.
Uh-huh. Air conditioned.
Mm-hmm.
2-barrel air conditioning. Did you ever drive this?
Yeah, my son did. My son drove for a number of years.
Did he put the dent in it?
Yes, he did.
Ah!
Yes, he did.
And that's a 66 Ford?
This is a 68, 64, a 66 Galaxie, man.
66 Galaxie with a 352. So
I used to have the 7-liter.
Oh, did you really? Was it a 4-speed or an automatic?
It was automatic.
So there's a 2-door hardtop, pillowless, drop the windows, wide open. So if I wanted to buy the El Camino, what would you ask for that?
Wow, I don't know. But I guess at this point I'd be willing to negotiate.
Okay.
This is a 72 Gran Torino. From the front seat forward, it's exactly like the vehicle.
Yeah.
Like the sedan.
Was this in a fire or is it just the way it rusted?
I don't know, Grandpa brought it this way. I think it's just the way it rusted, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. All right, that's the vehicles. I think we could spend a whole season of Barn Find Hunter just finding cars in California. 4 days ago, we didn't have any idea where cars were. We met people at a Cars and Coffee. They gave us some ideas. If you live in California and don't think there's any cars left, you're not looking hard enough. And if you don't live in California, get there as soon as you can because they're going to go quickly. Happy hunting.